These videos are educational in nature and are designed to help people over 21 who smoke cigarettes switch to a less harmful alternative.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Pods Ranked. Let's just get into it. Same format as always. I've got a pile of pods in front of me. I'm going to tell you what's going to be leaving the desk and why, what's going to be staying on my desk and why, and what is my top 5 and why. And right before I do my top 5, I think I'm going to throw out some hot minivan action as well. So let's just get into this. Just me and Dolly. I think ultimately the problem is going to be that I want to keep too many pods on my desk, but the first thing's leaving the desk, it's the Vaporesso Vibes, the original Vaporesso Vibes, especially this battery that had like the white fake leather on it. It has aged horrifically. It is just dirty and, messed up beyond words. Okay, super gross. The Caliburn Classics are going to be leaving the desk, not because I don't really like this battery and this form factor. It's nice and it's a nice big battery. It's that I feel like these Caliburn Classics are a little bit overclocked. Every pod that I put in them, vapes just really hot. I wish I could turn this down about 10 watts for every pod I put in there. That overclocked feeling leads me to believe that it is ending the life of pods sooner than it should be. I still love that battery design though. Honestly, the PureMax Q has just been limping for a few months now. I think the PureMax is finally going to leave the desk. I had such a torrid love affair with this thing. I loved it so much, but at the end of the day, I feel like the juice is not worth the squeeze. The Oxva ARTIO 2 is going to leave the desk. This wasn't in any danger of staying on the desk for any really long period of time. This is the pod that tastes, I don't know, exactly like cigarettes. It was kind of just for nostalgia's sake. I was keeping this around, taking the occasional toot and going, well, that really does taste like a cigarette. It's just at this stage, it's not a flavor that super appeals to me, like on a regular daily banger situation. That doesn't mean it doesn't taste exactly like a cigarette though. I think I'm all done with the Oxva Xlim Stick too. I was kind of having fun with this, trying out some of the flavors. I liked that they were 20 milligrams so I could kind of vape them comfortably. And I guess ultimately this is for the same reason that I don't use disposables, and that's I like filling up my pods with my own liquid. I don't want to be stuck to some manufacturer's version of what they think like an icy strawberry is. I keep some old batteries around that are just going to have to leave the desk. I've been hanging on to the G3 Pro battery just because I like it so much. I've been hanging on to that G3 Coco as well just because I like it so much, but I don't think these are going to hang around anymore. Same goes for the classic Cross 3 Nano. I've always liked these square batteries. Maybe I'll just hang on to one of these just for funsies. And then we're going to have to come to the Xlim. I genuinely think the Xlim is going to leave the desk, but here's why. The Xlim pods are undeniably good, undeniably flavorful, and will last 7,000-8,000 puffs, no problem. My overall biggest gripe with the Xlim, other than I am completely out of pods and I'm waiting on some more pods, it's that the Xlim is just big. It's big, it's heavy, it's got a big screen on it. If anything, I'm going to keep the Xlim Lite battery going on my desk, assuming I'm going to get some more Xlim pods within the next 2 weeks or so. But the full-size Pro heavy Xlim, that's a bit too much for me. Oxva Xlim 3 Ultras. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this, but I was super enjoying this like Tiffany blue one till the fake pleather on the back kind of fell to the same fate as the Vaporesso pod. It just gets so super dingy. It started off as such like a bright minty green color, and it's just become wildly dingy. The carbon fiber, on the other hand, well, this one's going to be hanging out. I don't love touchscreens, but there's something about these new Xlim batteries that I just love holding, love feeling. They have like a perfect little weight to them. They're not nearly as heavy as a Xlim battery. And I think, man, really unfortunately for VooPoo, but I think this Argus is going to have to leave the desk. The Argus with all the thousands of different clocks. I can't stand, nor can I figure out the way that the puff counting system works on this. It seems to reset randomly and without warning. I'll be trying to keep track of my puffs, and then I'll go look one day and it said, you've taken 40 puffs. And I said, hey, no, this is in the hundreds at this point. And that just really, really annoys me. And unfortunately, that's the last VooPoo battery. I still swear by and really dig these golden cotton coil heads from VooPoo, but I'll say it again, it's a shame they made such a good coil head, such a good pod with just the most mediocre batteries to put these pods in. I got nothing. This was the last VooPoo battery on my desk. And there's honestly not a lot of pods staying on my desk outside of the top 5. One of the pods staying on the desk, I'm just as surprised as you are. It's the Smok Novo 6. This could be possibly the best smaller style mouth to lung pod that Smok has released so far. This is my 3rd coil head that I've gone through with these batteries. It's nice, it's crispy, it's flavorful. I'm only 500 puffs into this. My average has been about 3,000. First pod went, I can't even remember what the first pod went to, but my last pod went to 2,000 puffs. That's like 2,500 to 3,000 puffs average for these Smok pods, which I'm, for Smok, dude, I'm kind of impressed by that. The refillable Oxva Xlim Stick X is absolutely staying on the desk. I'm an overall big fan of this. It's vaping great, nice tight mouth to lung, but it's got such a nice form factor and that round tip on here. Love it. I will never not love that round tip. The Vaporesso Xros5 Pro 2. I love this battery. It is staying on the desk. I haven't been having the greatest luck recently, I think, with cross pods. Not that they've been burnt or not that they've been leaking or not that they haven't been really flavorful. I just feel like I haven't been getting the longevity out of them that I usually do. Some of them feel like they've been dying a little bit early, while others have been, this one's knocking on 5,000 puffs. In fact, I recently went back and put a Xros 1 pod in the Xros5 Pro 2. Still works. Still snaps in perfect, still vapes great. Legitimately shocked that a Xros 1 pod is still vaping that good in a pod that came out in 2025. I love that. My favorite thing about modern pods is the cross compatibility, because I can find coil heads that I like and then pick and choose what battery I want to put them in. I don't have a review for this yet. It's the Xlim Go Lite, but it's staying on the desk. My shiny green Cross Mini is also staying on the desk. Love this thing. Okay, I think that's all that's staying on the desk. So before I do my top 5, let me do minivans. Minivans are what I call these AIO restricted direct lung big guy bangers. They're minivans, dude. The VooPoo Vinci minivan is leaving the desk. I just can't seem to get the longevity out of these restricted direct lung pods that I can get out of some other minivans. The Luxe 3 also kind of reminds me of that VooPoo guy, and I think it's going to be leaving the desk. The flavor is actually still pretty banging on it. The airflow is actually still pretty banging on it. I just don't like it as much as these. And by these, I mean it's the Luxe XR Max and the SMOK Nord 6. I am blown away, honestly, by how much I like this giant SMOK Nord 6. 6 milligram Homeboy's Mango in here is truly an awesome vape. In fact, this SMOK Nord 6 might be the closest to like a pocketable sub tank that has ever existed. It's just high quality restricted direct lung for days. Same goes for this. These two I've been using just bunches. I wish with all my wishes that this XR Max had an auto switch with it, but it doesn't. I have to press the button, and that is an undeniably good vape. So these are my 2 minivan picks, I guess, that are my favorite current minivans. I don't use a lot of them, but I do rather enjoy these 2. Now, top 5. Sitting in the number 6th position, this is going to be the most awkward part, but sitting in the number 6 position, just outside of the top 5, it's the Eco Nano Plus, and I lost mine. I was using it, so I put stickers on it. I loved this Eco Nano Plus, and I was using it into the ground with the Eco Nano Plus coils, and then I ran out of Eco Nano Plus coils, so I started using the Eco Nano Pro coils because they're compatible, and it just kept working perfectly. I love the Eco Nano Plus, love it, but it's gone. It's gone. I was taking it everywhere with me. Every time I went in the car, Eco Nano Plus. Everywhere I go, Eco Nano Plus. Bedroom, Eco Nano Plus. Bathroom, Vooping Guy, Eco Nano Plus. It could be somewhere in the couch cushions. It could be somewhere in my car. I've been tearing my hair out trying to find it, and I think I'm just going to end up ordering another Eco Nano Plus because I truly love it. But because it's not here physically, it's going to sit in that just at number 6 position. Unbelievable pod. If I had one here, I would show you it. Now, the true number 5 is going to be a cross pod, and it's going to be the Xros5 Nano. It's just what feels like the highest quality pod that Vaporesso's ever released. I mean, the fit and finish, this feels Oxva levels of like techie and cool. It's got a touchscreen, which I don't really care about, but it does work well. More than anything, I just like the style on this. I like the screen on this. I like the weight and battery of this. And I can't say this enough, but the white carbon fiber, why is that doing it for me so hard? I've also think I've settled into the 0.6 ohm cross pods being my absolute favorite cross pods for mouth to lung. So crispy, so flavorful. I can run this mouth to lung wide open. The airflow is wide open, and it's still that like open medium mouth to lung that I mean, love. The draw on a pod, in my opinion, is the most critical thing, and this has an incredible draw. 0.6, wide open, let's go. It's undeniably good. I can't believe this went all the way to number 4, but I am kind of blown away by this little Luxe Q3 guy that Vaporesso released. The small Luxes never get talked about. It's always the big minivan Luxes that Vaporesso's kind of pushing, and then this tiny little banger, this little release, this little chode comes out, and it's awesome. If I had more time to spend comparing this with the same liquid directly to a cross pod with the same liquid, I think I could make the argument that this has a slight edge in the flavor department. I can't even do hands-free with it, but there's something about this heavy little chody design that I just can't not love. Excellent flavor, excellent draw. I think number 3 is going to be an Oxva Xlim Pro 3. It's really a toss-up for me between this and the Xlim Go, which I know are 2 very super different pods, but they both use Oxva pods, and that's what I really like. I like the Go for how slim and lightweight it is, but this is just as slim, you know? It's a little bit heavier, it's a little bit bigger of a battery, it's a little bit more full-featured. Did I say beggar of a battery? And like I've been saying in Oxva videos and in Oxva reviews, Oxva's up to something. Their new batteries feel different than other pod batteries. It just feels like there was more thought put into this and more attention to detail put into this. It feels like a finished techie product, not something that's disposable and not something I would ever just toss in the trash. It feels substantial. And on top of that, Oxva pods are some of just the best vaping pods around. Probably the most boring pod battery in existence is going to be my number 2, and it's the Caliburn G4 Mini. Look, I like full-featured pods. I like pods with puff counters. I like pods where I can adjust the wattage. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, something simple, no frills. I don't have to adjust a damn thing. I just have to fill up my pod and have a great vaping experience. G4. It's the G4 Mini, G4 Mini, G4 Mini all day. Occasionally, I'll take this pod out. Maybe it goes in a Classic for a little bit. Maybe it goes in a Cocoa for a little bit, but it always finds its way back to the G4 Mini. It's just so wickedly reasonably priced. It uses extremely high quality Caliburn G4 pods, and it's got over 1,000 mAh battery. And yeah, that's right. It can do hands-free literally all day long. Literally all day long. It's always the simplest pods. It's always the simplest pods that work their way up to my top 5 and then up to the number 1 position because it's the Vibe SE2. Vibe SE2 in number 1 by a mile. 1,400 mAh battery, 4.5 mil capacity dual mesh. This is, with the exception of a slightly smaller battery and a slightly smaller capacity, this kind of gives me that Oxva Xlim experience of having a pod go into the 8,000-9,000 puff range. This doesn't have a puff counter, but this is easily above 8,000 puffs, with at least half of those puffs being on like the dual mesh power mode setting. And really what I like about these pods is only the flavor kind of dips. The Vibe SE pods don't change performance as they're dying. It's just kind of the flavor that starts getting a little bit wispy. The crispiness, the crackle, the draw, like the overall experience, still, even after 8,000 puffs, is remaining wildly enjoyable. Shocked that that's still vaping so good. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, rounding out the top right there, in addition to some things that are still on the desk and in addition to some things that are still getting reviewed. But as of April 2026, this would be my top 5 just yes pods. You know, the Oxva has an understudy, the Caliburn has an understudy, the Xros has an understudy, but I genuinely think get these with a solid liquid in front of any cigarette smoker, it'll win them over. For a pods ranked, these pods just get put through the ringer. I don't know if I can really verbalize how much I use pods, but it is daily. I'm generally carrying around 2 or 3 and a cloud chaser with me. The bummer part is I'm not ever going to be able to tell you where any of these pods can be picked up, purchased, or otherwise acquired, and I'm never going to tell you the retail price, but they're all very reasonable. What I am going to do in the description of this video is put links to all of the reviews for the original reviews for all of these pods, as well as some links to Just Science and Just Education. Any pod in the top 5 would be spectacular for a smoker. Tell your smoker friends. Damn right, this has been a GrimmGreen video. Let's stay cigarette smoke free. Like, that's all that matters every single day.
It's like 10:30 and I'm just gonna smoke, so.
And I'll be doing it hands free.